Resident Modder here at MTG Card Market in beautiful, somehow still warm Chicago, Illinois.
I love it.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy.
Yeah.
I am Phil Silverman, joined tonight by Nathan Mullen.
What's up?
We're going to bring you 4 rounds of Modern tonight. You're going to see, hopefully, a variety of sweet decks. Our first round, I know, is going to be sort of, well, probably the most popular mid-range deck in the format.
Jund, right?
Yeah, the mid-range deck. Versus what really a deck that's fallen out of favor, but don't tell Vincent.
I mean, it was popular with Sean McLaren.
Yeah, it won a Pro Tour.
Yeah, right.
But it's a blue-red control, Jeskai control. I believe he's playing some number of Kiki-Jikis in his deck, so it's closer to the deck that McLaren used to top 8 the Grand Prix the week after he won the Pro Tour. I think it was Minnesota or something like that. Minneapolis, yeah.
I was at that one.
But yeah, players are shuffling up right now, so we'll hop down, get started. It looks like we're already in the presenting stage of this game. I think Vincent's playing a deck with Restoration Angel, Snapcaster Mage, Wall of Omens, and the like, and then a few, maybe like 1 or 2 Kiki-Jiki. I think
I thought it was probably 1, but
yeah, 1 is fine. Two is really a commitment to wanting to combo. I'd say like you don't need to, you never need to with the deck, which is probably the best part about it.
Yeah.
It's like a lazy twin deck in that sense.
Yeah, kind of. Where you just never actually have to go for it because your deck can win by itself.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But your win condition's a little bit clunkier. You know, everything's 1 more mana. But yeah.
This is top 8 competitor Daniel Dwan.
Grand Prix top 8 competitor. Dan's been on a hell of a heater.
Oh, yeah.
He top 8'd the SCG Open in Milwaukee.
Yep.
About a month ago. A little over a month ago.
Where you yourself happened to win the 5K.
I did do that. I think Dan did it, in a bigger setting, more impressive accomplishment. But yeah, he's been doing great. He just top 8'd the Grand Prix playing, Abzan mid-range. He's
deck of choice for this guy.
He loves playing mid-range decks. He just loves it. Loves the grind.
Ooh.
All right, and here we're starting things off with, I'm assuming, a discard spell, unless Vincent just wants to show him his hand.
Yeah, he's like, by the way, this was a snap keep.
Just so you know what's coming for you.
Yeah. And I think this is a snap keep.
Oh, this hand looks great.
Yeah.
I mean, you have 4 lands. You have the best creature. You have like the second best creature in the deck, probably, and then you have 2 removal spells. This is a keep.
It's the best non-conditional removal and most flexible removal.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So Dan, I think we're going to end up seeing him take the path, unless he has. We're going to. What he takes will let us know what he has in his hand. If he takes the path, that's going to say that he has Goyf. If he takes the bolt, that means he has Confidant.
Yeah.
Because getting path when you're Jund is actually completely reasonable.
Yeah.
I would even say most Jund players look forward to getting pathed.
Yeah.
Try to get Dan Chan on the camera, he wouldn't do it.
Oh, come on now.
I've had a lot of
competitor.
Yeah, we actually have 2 Grand Prix top 8 competitors in the house tonight, between Dan Dwan and Dan Chan.
Field is tough out there.
Real tough stuff.
I've definitely had Jund players cackle when I path their when I path their Tasigur. They're just
Oh yeah, they love it. All right, so we see Dan, in fact, taking the bolt and playing Confidant as predicted. And I think we're going to see Vincent path this on his turn. We're probably going to see what he draws first. Especially because he has something like Lightning Helix in his deck that he could draw that will effectively, painlessly kill the Dark Confidant without shipping a land.
Yeah.
Hey, Lonely Sandbar, how's it going? Welcome.
Oh, dude, one of the best cycling lands.
It's pretty good.
Yeah, it's actually not, because the 2 best ones are red and green, right? Those are the most commonly played ones.
Probably, yeah, but just based on legacy preferences.
Yeah, because it's blue.
I would say the red one is even less. It's just
the green one. It's the same color as life from the loan.
Exactly. So this is an interesting thing. So the path will resolve, and Dan's going to get his extra land. That's going to put him pretty far ahead starting this game off. But he is out of basics. I'm pretty sure. I would, at least whenever I see a mountain in a Jund deck, I'm shocked.
Yeah,
personally.
Sometimes I told Sam to play one in his because he had so much red, but I almost never see it.
Yeah, it's pretty rare. So any future paths will be pretty good.
Yeah.
And yeah, Dan's sequencing in such a way that he can protect this Goyf, so he gets to go Goyf, fetching here, what I assume is going to get a red shock land.
Yeah.
I think we'll see probably a Blood Crypt or a Stomping Ground? Stomping Ground.
Yep.
Maybe he has another 2-drop creature here. If he has a second Goyf, this is a ton of pressure really fast.
Yeah, those Goyfs are instant sorcery land. They are 3/4s.
Yeah, 2 Goyfs.
All right, 6 power.
I wonder if Vincent has any Wraths in his main deck.
It looks like he's pathing one.
Yep, he drew another path for turn. This looks like that was
really
the one
good.
card. Yeah, and it's as we said.
He did bolt himself to do it, but
Hey, you do what you gotta do.
so he basically took an attack from a Goyf, and then he's gonna go to his turn. Yeah, future paths are gonna be awesome.
Future paths, any Snapcasters he draws, like. This is the downside when you just draw your basic lands. I've had this come up in, even the Sun Titan deck when you just start Ghost Quartering them.
Yeah.
All right, Vincent just playing a Steam Vents and passing. So Dan's going to get to untap here. Again, this Goyf is a 3/4 instant sorcery and land at the moment. It might get bigger now. Ooh, Inquisition. This might miss. Okay, yeah, this is the one card we didn't know about from Vincent's hand.
The remand for the values.
And then he ran it back. And found, is that a
Deceiver Exarch.
Ooh,
Right.
so this is Jeskai Twin.
Okay.
Exarch in
Goyfs
this
are
deck.
also 4/5s now.
Now they're bigger, yeah. Interesting. I've never seen Exarch in his deck before.
Maybe it's like one of those things where he plays it as a 1 or 2 of.
That's possible. Although it's just like not a great creature to play a very low number of because it's so weak. It's like just a 1/4.
Yeah. That is weird.
All right, we'll see. We'll see what Vincent wants to do here. He has access to Restoration Angel this turn, but that ooze coming down means any future Snapcasters are going to be kind of poor.
Yeah.
He's electing to play Steam Vents tapped this turn. Oh, okay.
Snapcaster, Path.
Bolt.
Or Bolt on the
Sure.
on the ooze. That seems fair. But
I almost like just pathing the Goyf.
yeah, there's only one other creature in the yard actually. Right? It's just a Deceiver Exarch.
Yes.
It
It means any future Snapcasters are worse.
he might have
but-
another path. Or
Oh, I think he just wants
Resto.
He wants to blink it. Yeah.
Yeah, he's gonna Resto, Snapcaster, Path. I would assume, right?
Yes.
That's gonna be pretty brutal, actually.
It's not good versus. Sorry, I keep messing up these life totals. And yeah, that is going to work out. This is it's a line that's not great against a removal spell to Dan, but Dan doesn't have anything.
Yeah.
Dan just playing a Blood Crypt tap last turn. Now Vincent's firmly in the driver's seat.
Yep.
Dan needs to draw something to kill that Restoration Angel, basically. The Snapcaster's not a huge problem.
Yeah.
The 2/1 is very fragile, but yeah, he's just passing back. This is not good news. We'll see what Vincent has drawn this turn. This is just, showcasing the power of these sort of 2-for-1s that Vincent's managed to generate out of Snapcaster Mage and Restoration Angel.
Yeah.
When Restoration Angel's a 2-for-1, it's just so brutal.
Yep.
What
Card.
What a card. I love that card. Alright, here's an attack for 5 from Vincent. The life total's a little bit closer. I wonder if Dan might just be on air.
Yeah, with 5 lands in play and not casting a spell.
He's just playing another
man.
land. He must just be on lands.
Lands and literally lands. I don't know what else it could be. Because there's every other spell that you could have in a Jund deck in your hand, you'd probably cast.
Yep, everything but maybe a Thoughtseize.
Yeah, I get that's fair.
Let's see what Dan has here. Inquisition. That must have been the card he just drew for turn.
Yeah. Remand.
I'd imagine that's Vincent's only hittable spell off of that Inquisition. Yep.
Cheeky, and that's probably going to be game.
I wonder if Dan's going to pass and see if he runs it out there. If you're Vincent, you surely do.
Oh yeah.
There's very little that actually punishes you for this.
He kills it, and you're still ahead on board.
He's gonna be conservative about it. Yeah, there's a Slaughter Pact.
Okay.
I think I still would have ran out the Kiki-Jiki, but at this point you probably just post-combat it.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I think you could have ran out the Kiki-Jiki and even attacked.
Oh, yeah.
It would have been fine.
Yeah.
Just a 5-mana 2/2 getting in there. Oh yeah. Get it.
Man, post combat. Don't forget to pay for your pact.
All right, Dan does pay for Slaughter Pact on his upkeep.
Mm-hmm.
Draws for turn. He's got. Yep.
That's it.
Just didn't try any removal spells. Are we gonna modern the day before Thanksgiving?
I have no idea.
I don't know. It's very possible the store will be closed that day.
Yeah, it really depends, because sometimes they're closed the day... I think last year they were closed on Thanksgiving, but not the day before it.
Yeah. I mean, I'm going to tentatively say no.
Yeah.
I would be very surprised if anyone want to stream that night for sure, just because people are, people who are maybe are not from Chicago or out of town, or people who are from Chicago are, seeing family, the like. So it's possible we don't. I'll have to talk to Jameson and see what the plan is, but I do not have the answers.
Yep.
Yeah, I would call the store and ask them. They would know more than I would. Oh, David, you got the email notice. That's good. I am. It makes me happy to hear that people are actually getting notifications that we're going live.
That's good.
Because otherwise, that's a little problematic.
Yo.
Let's pull up one of my favorite cards in Cube Draft.
That's your favorite card in Cube Draft?
One of my favorite cards in Cube Draft. It's not this meatball version, though.
Yeah, the OGs.
OG Kiki.
Yeah.
Oh my god, I messed up. I messed up so bad.
What did you do?
Okay, wait.
To make
All
it
right.
smaller.
Sorry, I messed everything up. Get in there, Kiki Jiki. All right.
Nice.
This card's great. I mean, I don't really know how many. Again, we don't know anyone's deck list really tonight or ever.
Yep.
Unless I literally hand them the deck.
Yeah.
But Kiki Jiki adds a nice dimension to this deck, letting you sort of fill that twin role. I wonder. I guess you just have to play. This is the one thing I didn't like when I played Jeskai Twin, is that you have to play Kiki Jiki.
Mm-hmm.
Like, every other Twin deck can get away with just playing Twin, but because you're playing Restoration Angel, and because Twin doesn't actually work with Restoration Angel, you're sort of priced.
Yeah, that's really frustrating.
Yeah, you're just priced into playing Kiki Jiki, and it's just a worse, harder to cast card than Twin a lot of times.
Yeah, the triple red is not great.
No, it's not great. It's a creature, so
Yeah.
and it makes you susceptible to Lightning Bolt, which previously you were not with just Twin and Exarch.
Mm-hmm.
It has some value in the fact that you can just start copying Wall of Omens.
Mm-hmm.
Although I guess Twin is just the same in
Twin
that
does
regard.
the same thing, yeah. Although, like with the Twin on the Wall of Omens, it's like staying there. This guy,
Yeah.
you can flicker your wall. You can make Wall of Omens until you draw the Twin or
Yeah.
whatever. Yeah.
It's
The rest
still a little bit worse, I'd say.
Mhm.
Man, the Twin on Wall of Omens though is one of my favorite things to do in the deck.
Yeah.
It
That's
just
definitely like cube worthy play.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Kiki Jiki is just insane in Cube for me. I mean, every time you play it, you just if you drafted a reasonable deck, it's always going to be
You
amazing.
should be winning, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you put it
Ball
into play.
Drifter, okay.
Yeah, great. Eternal Witness.
Yeah. There's just endless things.
Oh yeah. Hell Rider.
I haven't done that yet, but I did 2-1 with the cube the other day with Hellrider deck.
Were you playing Mono Red Aggro?
No, it was red white, and I think the most number of kills I have in Kyle's cube now is with EOT Secure the Waste on my turn Mirror Entity,
Oh,
and then just
my
like
goodness.
I always have at least 3 mana, and then they just lose. It's so brutal.
Mirror Entity is a powerful Magic card that does not see a ton of play for how powerful it is.
I was like trying to be like, oh, maybe I can play this in black-white tokens in Modern, but I don't know how.
No, it's tough. I mean, there are a lot of we talked a lot about black-white tokens.
Where did that
a couple
deck
weeks
go?
ago? I know at least Cubs fan is Will Kruger. He is a big fan of. He played black-white tokens in the 5K. He played against me in the top 8.
Oh yeah, I was like looking at his list because
Yeah.
I was like, okay, there are still people who
But
play
yeah.
this deck that aren't Stanislav Sivka at a Pro Tour.
Exactly. Yeah, but we were talking about how good Gideon, the new Gideon.
Yeah,
is.
I was thinking about that as well.
Real powerful.
Seems busted.
Gideon, like all the new planeswalkers, like Gideon and Sorin,
Well,
are both awesome.
That was the main thing. I was like, Gideon's competing with Sorin, who is already like the best planeswalker for that deck.
Yeah, exactly.
So.
But it's like, the fact that it does, it's like how Sam Black said, it's good at doing everything you want to do.
Mm-hmm.
Oh man, this is a beautiful hand.
2 mana leaks, 2 Celestial Khanes, Desolate Lighthouse, Ghost Quarter, and Arid Mesa.
Yep, that's the kind of hands you see in these decks. Interesting that Vincent left in Mana Leak on the draw.
Yeah, that seems weird.
A lot of times when I play this, I mean, Mana Leak, it still gets Liliana on the draw, which is really the card you want to deal with.
Yeah.
But I often cut a lot of my 2 mana counters on the draw against this deck just
Dan's
because.
got a lot of lands too.
Yeah, that's you didn't draw any man lands last game, which was the real issue with that. And this is sort of what laughs in the face of Mana Leak right here. Just a turn 2 Bob.
Yeah.
Now Dan just sort of waits until he draws an Inquisition.
Yeah.
Oh, Dan should be at 18 now.
Yeah. Wait, no, that was a fast land.
But it's a Thoughtseize.
Oh, he thought seized, yeah, that's why.
So Dan did leave in some Abrupt Decays, I think respecting the twin aspect of Vincent's deck. I wonder how much of that... See, this is the nice part about the Jeskai Twin deck, at least, is that you really don't need to leave in that many twin pieces, because they can take up so much less space. Because you're not playing a ton of twins, you're not playing a ton of Exarchs, I think.
Is Dan's hand just like all lands?
And that decay?
And a decay. I can't see the bottom half of it, but it just looks like a bunch of lands.
I mean, if he kept 5 lands, Thoughtseize, Bob, that's completely reasonable.
Probably
reasonable. He has a
reasonable.
Slaughter Pact as well.
Okay, so decay and slaughter pact against Vince's hand of literally only spells and lands.
Yes. All right, we'll see what Dan does. So he's fetching right now. No, he doesn't want to fetch Swamp here, apparently. He's going to fetch Overgrown Tomb.
Bayou.
No, they didn't print the
right.
black-green Battleland yet.
Oh yeah, wow.
Every time I fetch Prairie Stream in Modern and it comes in untapped, I always just say I fetched Tundra.
Yeah.
No one finds it funny.
Yeah.
Right.
It is that.
I agree. Let's see if Dan's jamming anything into this Mana Leak. I would immediately Mana Leak this, yeah.
That's probably the best value you're
That's
gonna
a juicy
get.
target.
Yeah.
I'm actually pretty surprised that Dan just ran it out there. I mean, maybe he just doesn't want to get bolted?
I don't know.
Let's see what Vincent's... Yeah, he's just going to take 1 here, fetching a basic land. Vincent's hand, a little lackluster right now. I mean, we don't. He might have 1 spell. We know he has
As far
at
as
least
we know,
3
what's
lands.
left, is just lands.
Yeah, Ghost Quarter...
Oh no, he
Desolate
doesn't
Lighthouse.
because he drew Sacred Foundry, so he doesn't. These are all his hand is all lands.
Ah, great.
Yeah.
At least it's great against Thoughtseize.
And it looks like it's still all lands.
We'll see which one he decides to play this one. It looks like the second Colonnade. Oh no, he drew a Bolt.
Nice.
That is a
Alright.
great draw.
Yeah, so he drew that for this turn.
That's pretty important.
And it looks like Danton's hand was like mono removal and
Oh yeah.
and
And
man, yeah. So it looked like mono removal and discard and then
Yep.
lands. That's
this is why I don't like running. Like Dan basically drew the exact card he didn't want that he wanted to draw to get this courser through.
oh no,
but he has a Goyf.
he's got a Goyf. Okay.
That is a lot. That is
I
a
was
lot.
like,
better.
where's the payoff here, Dan? Okay, you've got a Goyf.
The enchantment makes it bigger too, so it's sorcery, instant, land, creature, enchantment. It's a 5/6.
That is not nothing. Wall of Omens.
All of them is great. Block. I think Vincent drew Celestial Purge for the turn.
Nice.
Yeah, Purge a great card against the Jund deck. Gets most things, but does not get Tarmogoyf.
I think the only every time I use Purge in Modern, it's only getting a Liliana. Like every time.
I've purged Goblin Guide before.
Okay, that's fair
That's
too.
probably like Goblin Guide. I've definitely purged Outpost Siege.
Mm-hmm.
That's been a weird one. So now, I think right now Dan is just hoping that Vincent never draws a Wall of Omens.
Tax for the 5 doesn't block.
I think he's holding out as long as he can until he can draw a Wall of Omens.
Mm-hmm.
Scavenging Ooze. Pretty good
Alright.
draw.
You can't eat his Courser though.
Yes.
Because that will be not valued.
Vincent activating Desolate Lighthouse end of turn.
I like it.
I am I would safely say I'm like the second biggest Desolate Lighthouse hater. The first being Andrew Cuneo.
You don't like Desolate Lighthouse?
Hate it. Hate it.
Is there a reason why, or is like just
Not powerful and is colorless. I think there's always a cost to putting colorless lands in your deck.
Definitely.
And I think the payoff for this one is very low.
It's just 2-0.
Yes.
I never feel like I'm losing when my opponent lighthouses either.
No.
Yeah, I'm just
Not
like,
at all.
it's not a Jace, okay.
Yeah, exactly.
When they like tap their Jace, I'm just like, oh no.
Yeah, as soon as they loot with Jace, I just feel awful.
I'm like, I can't win anymore.
Yeah, I mean, they spent 2 mana versus 4. All right, we'll see if Vincent has got this turn.
Yeah, that is the thing with these lands that tap to do that. It's like, it looks like it's 3 mana, but it's a trick because you also have to tap it.
Exactly, yeah. It's like activating Slayer Stronghold is actually 3. It's
Yeah.
not just 2.
Nope, yeah.
I don't know, I'm using that as an example because I've been playing Amulet.
Yeah. Slayer Stronghold, a good land.
It is a nice one.
Yeah.
I'm a fan.
Yeah.
Let's see if Dan decides to eat anything end of turn here. I think he's just doing a little bit of math. Is he going to decay?
I think he's
Yeah, I think
decaying
he-
Wall of Omens, so he has lethal.
Yeah, he's probably just going to eat something. Is there a bolt on the ooze? Yeah, sure. I don't even think you eat anything. I think you just say that's fine. Oh, he is going to
He can eat his one confidant to gain a life.
Oh, he's going to eat a bolt
So
for future Snapcaster mages?
That seems fine.
Yep, lets it happen. They both die. Dan on taps.
He's gonna put Vince to 2. It looks like though. That's scary. Oh, has
But
the
he drew the
path.
path.
Savage.
Yeah, that was a great draw. Vincent drawing just enough to keep him alive this game.
Doesn't it kind of feel like all the Jeskai decks in Modern need to do that though?
Yes.
Like whenever I see someone playing, when I lose to a Jeskai deck, it's never because like it was really close, and they just it was like no, they just drew the right answer for everything I did. Because if they drew one time and it wasn't the right answer, they were probably dead.
Yeah, that's kind of how I feel with it too. And that's how I felt playing the deck as well. That's what I would play games against my friend playing John, and every time he's like, I feel like you need to just sequence perfectly to beat me, and I'm like, I don't know if that's true. And then we played more, and I'm like, no, it's definitely true.
It is 100% how these decks operate.
It just felt very, very difficult to draw the right answer at the right time. I mean, that's what happens when you play all these conditional cards.
Yeah, looting.
All right,
draws the island, discards the island.
Get out. Does Dan have this has got to be a Kolaghan's command on end step.
Oh no,
on Dan's end step, I should say.
Yeah. Most likely, right?
Probably 2U get back ooze, or 2U make you discard, or make you discard get back ooze. I think it's make you discard. Yep. Get rid of it. Good discard from Vincent. No value there right now.
Yep.
I wonder if Vincent just attacks. Just fours him.
With Colonnade?
You're not winning that race very well.
No, yeah, you gotta be careful.
He drew Exarch for turn, I believe.
Uh-oh. That could get scary.
Alright, Ooze is back. Do we have Spell Snare? Do we have anything? I think there's a Snapcaster Mage as well.
Can Snapcaster path it?
So,
Dan has a basic left, I think, yeah.
So, what Vincent could have done there that he did not do? Oh, okay. He has explosives. I'm not in love with this. I think I would have rather just Snapcastered in response to the Ooze and targeted the Bolt. Or, sorry, targeted the Path.
Yeah.
Or the Bolt. He has 2 green spell. 2 green.
Yeah.
Alright, so...
He ate the Dark Confidant, right?
Wall of Omens.
Oh, he ate Wall of Omens, right? That was in the idea.
Didn't want to eat both things because he wanted to keep up green to play around a Bolt.
Yeah.
Here's an attack for 3. Let's see if Vincent decides. He says, sure?
No effects?
I wonder
if Dan just passes priority, Vince is going to take 3, right?
Yeah, I wonder if he's going to let Dan pass priority. Yeah, so he's going to target the Dark Confidant here. Let's see if Vincent wants to go to 3.
Now you move,
yeah. You just don't want to die to Bolt.
Yep.
You don't know how many Bolts are in his deck at this point, but just losing to it seems foolish.
Yeah. He's eating another thing in response, I think.
He could eat, Bolt or Path? Probably Path.
Yeah.
He ate Path and Celestial Purge, yeah.
Seems fair.
Yeah, I probably want to protect any future Goyfs, stuff like that.
Yeah, well, also, sticking a Liliana seems not the word.
Fulminator Mage, interesting.
Ooh. So, yeah.
This is at least a pretty good way to make, stop Vincent from just getting aggressive with a Celestial Colonnade.
Yeah.
But it's a pretty temporary plan. I think we're just going to see, a Snap Bolt on this or something.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see what Vincent...
I feel like you definitely blink here with the Snapcaster.
Probably, you could just block, but... no, you probably want the creature in play. Says no blocks. Is he going to go to 5 here?
Does he not have a Snapcaster in hand? He definitely has one, right?
Oh, I'm pretty certain.
Okay.
Yep, there's a Snapcaster. Alright. Let's see what this is. I imagine this... it's Bolt or Mana Leak, so...
It's... yeah, it's got to be Bolt.
Oh, yeah. Alright, so Snapcaster coming in, targeting Bolt. This is still...
Oh, he's going to block with it.
I mean, he should block first, no matter what. And then probably... The question is, do you cast the Bolt? I think if you're Dan, do you pass priority is the question.
Yeah. I think you do,
If Dan passes priority, I'd probably just pass priority back if I was Vincent.
No, yeah, definitely trade them off and then Bolt. If he doesn't play a creature, just Bolt him at the end of turn.
Oh, Slaughter Pact on Snapcaster Mage.
That's interesting. So now you have to Bolt the Fulminator.
Yeah. Yeah,
Dan essentially saving himself 3 points of burn. I don't know, right?
Well, he's making it so that the Fulminator definitely kills the Snapcaster, I guess, but...
Kill the Loot House, loot in response. Okay.
Man, I don't really want to kill the Loot House here, personally.
I think you go after one of the manlands.
Yeah,
there's only the one, right?
No, it is 2 Colonnades. I guess that's the downside, is because there are
Oh,
2.
he does have the second one. What's the Loot House still doing?
And there's a Goyf.
Okay.
Yeah, the Lighthouse is dead from the Fulminator Mage. Alright, Vincent draws.
Should get him to use the Goyf dice. I'm pretty sure it's still 5/6.
Oh, they'll never use it.
My gosh.
I think it's actually a 6/7. There's an engineered explosives.
Oh, wow.
It is big.
That is a must-answer threat.
Oh, yeah. We have creature, instant,
Is yep, it's 6/7.
enchantment, sorcery, land, creature. Yeah, it's Vincent going to 1 here.
Instant, sorcery, creature, land, enchantment, artifact. 6, 7. No planeswalkers yet.
So here's a Restoration Angel. I wonder if he has the Kiki-Jiki. If he's just trying to draw to it.
That would be impressive.
I don't think so. He has Electrolyze and Bolt in his hand. He could throw all of them plus a block at the Goyf to kill him.
That would be interesting.
Would be a lot of things. At least to have to commit.
He can chump block with a Colonnade and still draw Kiki for an out, correct?
Mhm.
Yeah.
And he's going to play around a removal spell by now attacking with the Restoration Angel.
I like it.
Alright, we'll see what Dan does here. Alright, Dan goes to combat, attacks with his Goyf. I wonder what Vincent's going to do. This is a really tricky spot. Alright, Electrolyze. Targeting the Goyf? Or 1-1? He can do 1-1.
Yeah, that's still enough.
Draw. Alright, and then he says
Goes
go
to
to
block.
blocks. I will block. It dies. So it's got 4 damage on it.
Yep.
Chandra. Now that is a problem. That's
That-
lethal too.
That is very lethal.
Did you draw a Mana Leak? Remand.
Whoa,
Alright.
Whoa.
By the very skin.
Alright, so
Thinnest of
he has
margins.
has to draw a hard counterspell here.
Alright, yeah, so he's just conceding, effectively.
I think that's a concession.
Attack for 4, put you to 8. Dan draws. Play shot. Is he not going to play Chandra?
No, he's gonna play Chandra.
Vincent's got to be at 1 here. Yeah, okay.
Yeah. Alright. Sure, play it out.
Chandra coming in. I like the no thoughts from Vincent. Just like, yeah, I'm playing the game. What are you talking about?
I don't know you have that.
Yeah. Oh wait, oh man, guess what I forgot to do?
Round time. Alright, so game 3. That was very close. Yeah, that was extremely close. I feel like,
I think Dan is favored.
yeah, I think so too, but I feel like, what was the... Yeah, this was the game, he kind of threw away that Courser for no reason.
Yeah, I'm not a huge fan of that play. I understand. Dan's reasoning, I think, was that Vincent was just going to have that Mana Leak, and so he just wanted to get it out of his hand. And I think his worry was that exactly sort of close to what happened, where Vincent drew the Bolt. But
Right, but he drew the Inquisition the next turn, which would have been like... What?
yeah, I just see no reason to sort of throw away he has the leak.
Mm-hmm.
Leak is effectively a removal spell that is a very short window.
It's like preemptive.
Yeah, but I think Dan had the time to play around it, especially with the Dark Confidant in play. Why play Jeskai Twin?
For path.
Restoration Angel is a really good card.
Yeah, there's a lot
Actually,
of
that's the
things
main
you can do.
reason.
Did you ever play with more than 4 Snapcasters? Doesn't seem fair.
I think the main reason you'd play Jeskai Twin is that I think theoretically this is the version of Twin with the best Jund matchup.
Is it really? Not blue-red? Doesn't...
Well,
I just always assume blue-red is the best version of Twin every time.
it is mostly the best version of Twin. I mean, this version of Twin has Path for the Mirror, which is a big deal.
That is a pretty big deal, actually.
The problem I found is that your deck's just a little less consistent because you're not playing Serum Visions in your deck.
Right.
If you rely on Wall of Omens, that's a little worse, and your curve's always going to be higher. Dan won because Vincent was at 1 and he played Chandra and shot him for 1 whole damage. That Goyf was a 6/7, which brought Vincent from 7 to 1. All right, we'll see how things are going to shake out this game with Vincent on the play. All the 2-mana counters are much better on the play.
Oh, yeah.
I think that'll be good. Let's see.
I bet he sided out Mana Leak somehow. Nope, he did not.
All right.
I think this is how Vincent has started 9 out of 10 of his games of Modern. In his life, probably, right?
Just always Colonnade go.
Colonnade go.
To be fair, I think I've started... No, I've played a lot of different decks, but it feels good. It feels good to start this way. All right, Dan, going to fetch on end step.
As much as I don't like Miracles or decks like this a lot of time, when you're playing decks like this, and you go land go, you're just like, yeah, I'm winning.
Yeah, you feel ahead. When you do that for like the first 6 turns.
No, yeah, if
feel
you do it for 3 or 4 turns, you're just like, oh, I'm winning, because like you're not the aggressor, and I'm so used to being the aggressor that you realize how good it feels to just like play your lands and your opponent does nothing.
Oh, it's amazing.
You're just like,
every time like my opponent just doesn't play a 2-drop, even I feel just way
major
ahead.
victory. And here's a really good 2-drop in Dark Confidant.
Dan jamming this Dark Confidant.
Probably getting
here.
Mana Leak or Remanded, or I would assume Mana Leaked, but
Both is okay. We'll see whichever one Vincent has in his hand. I mean, Mana Leak and Remand are both fine. Even just a Bolt is great. Looks like
it's probably a Mana.
exiled.
Horribly awry.
Oh my god! I swear to God.
Ooh,
Celestial Purge. All right, I was like, I was gonna lose it if that was like what was going on here. I was like, there's no way he's playing that card.
Nuh-uh.
Too many Delve creatures in this format.
Someone also played it against me in a draft on Tuesday, and I was like, it doesn't even seem good.
It's certainly not good.
It was a draft format.
It's certainly an essence scatter.
Uh-oh.
Dan refusing to stop jamming, playing a Liliana here,
That Celestial Purge, man.
Oh,
Missed
yeah.
out.
and it resolves. See a plus.
Ouch.
Vincent, dude, has to discard.
Ooh.
But he had his second one.
No way.
2 Celestial Purge. That's hateful.
That's impressive, too. It's like a really good draw.
Yeah, it's just a great card. Dan discarding Terminate to his, and Vincent discarding Electrolyze. Always feels bad to discard Electrolyze. I just want that value so badly.
Yeah, it's 2 damage in a card.
God, it's just a perfect card.
The better Kolaghan's command, one might say.
I would say the worst Prophetic Bolt. But Prophetic Bolt is 5 mana.
Yeah, and also amazing.
Oh, this if you're the other player, it's got to be the worst feeling. The shock for the 4th land in a pass.
I've definitely had people do it to me and just bluff the Cryptic command, but that was like probably once in my lifetime.
So just a remand on Vincent's part. But it's still just a solid time walk.
Yep.
Yeah, Vincent feels missed his 5th
Did you
land.
draw a 3rd Celestial Purge?
Oh my goodness. He has Helix in his hand. Snap remand.
Remand.
Jeez.
Yikes.
I love this from Vincent.
This is some serious tempo.
Yeah, he's just head on cards, head on tempo. Now I can start beating down with the Snapcaster.
Yep. Loot
There's the Lighthouse. Yeah, attack for 2. I think he does have a 3rd Celestial Purge. That is pretty hateful. It's a 3rd Purge or it's a Path. Both are good.
Yeah, either is fine. Yeah, the purges in his paths actually do kind of look similar. That's like that promo art path.
Exactly. The
old promo.
Beautiful
art, yeah.
Rebecca Guay art.
Yeah.
Is it Guay or Treese Nielsen?
It's
Guay,
It's
right?
Rebecca, yeah.
Not this one. WPN Gateway. Yeah, Rebecca Guay. God, it's great art.
Mm-hmm. It's a good one.
Yeah.
The new one's interesting. I don't hate it, but...
No, I don't either. Yeah, I will say the blue-white red deck does have some... White gives you a ton of great sideboard cards in the format.
Oh, yeah. But that's just what white does in this format as well.
Yeah, Celestial Purge, Stony Silence, Rest in Peace, all these cards are just...
Leyline of Sanctity.
Oh, yeah.
There's infinite. I mean, any
Core
deck. can-
Firewalker.
Firewalker's really good.
You have tons and tons of great options.
Rest for the Weary.
Wear Tear.
Oh, yeah.
Pulse of the Fields.
Pulse of the Fields. I love all those Pulse cards.
They're great. Oh, they're all right.
I also love all the Charge Across cards. Or whatever.
Charge Across the Araba.
Araba.
Barrel Down Sokenzam.
Yeah. But yeah, Barrel Down, Sokazan, Charge Across the Araba. I can't remember the other ones.
The rest of the sweep cards.
Yeah. Sweep is a sick mechanic.
Right, so Dan fetching here and then gaining an extra life. I'm not a huge fan of that fetch there by Dan.
Yeah, what was that for?
I
Is there any reason he's fetching right now?
think he's just fetching while he's in his deck.
Save time.
Yeah, although like Vincent technically gets to see another card from here.
Yeah.
I'm not sure. I mean, I think the blue red. I think it's just preference over the twin decks. I mean, Grixis and Blue Return are certainly tier 1, but you have a lot of powerful cards in this deck, and you get the best, and you get an actual man land.
Yeah. The thing to remember is they are all twin decks.
Yes.
So you can't go too wrong.
This is like the least twin deck.
Yeah, that's for sure.
You know, like
It's probably the one I also see played the least.
absolutely. I mean, it was much more popular. It was more popular than before the Grixis cards got good. Mm-hmm. Got printed even. right.
Before Terminate had its time to shine.
Really before Tassiger showed up.
Yeah.
What a dumb card.
Oh my goodness.
All right,
Yeah.
so this Ooze is going to resolve, and Dan's going to shift the turn back to Vincent. Vincent deciding if he has effects on the end step. He looks like he has Electrolyze and Helix among his options right now. He could just decide to kill this
I like
Ooze.
kill the Ooze, draw a card.
So,
Terminate Snapcaster.
terminate response to play around a
And then he's
going to
eat it, though.
And then eat it.
Ooh, that seems good.
Gain a life. Go to 14. Let's see what Vincent wants to do. Probably just going to Helix it also. So draws from the Electrolyze.
Lava Dart.
Yeah, then fires off the Helix. Lava Dart. Get him!
Yeah.
So going to 17 here. Vincent is at a very high life total, but the Jund deck is certainly completely reasonable at grinding. Yeah, it looks like he...
Where are Dan's man lands, by the way? He hasn't seen any in
I
any
think
of these games.
Maybe he just cut all of his Raging Veins.
Because that card seems pretty good against some of the control decks sometimes, at least.
Kulagon's Command is not necessarily better than Electrolyze. They're different cards.
They
serve a similar purpose as far as like generating card advantage, but oftentimes Electrolyze is better, oftentimes Kulagon's Command is better. They're just different cards. But I think that, and I think saying that Terminate is better than Path is only true, it's true most of the time.
Mm-hmm.
It's not always true. I've definitely been in scenarios where Path has just been infinitely better.
Yeah, but I mean, it's like your opponent plays a turn 2 Tassiger and passes it back to you. Do you want to Path it, or would you play a Terminate?
Of course you'd prefer to Terminate.
Terminate is great there.
But when they play Exarch and tap down one of your lands, you want the one that costs 1 mana.
Exactly.
Oh yeah, let's get it, guys. This is also I think this is the single biggest draw to the deck, is Celestial Colonnade.
The
Colonnade,
card that attacks and represents Path Exile.
what an amazing card.
Yeah, it's so busted.
It's
I like that it's the most popular man land. Well,
Raging Ravine might have overtaken
yeah,
at this point.
and at least now, but for the longest time, I only ever saw that, and then occasionally Creeping Tar Pit.
Yeah,
But
I
it's
think
all about Raging Ravine and Stirring Wildwood these days.
yeah.
Not Wildwood, but
I think as far as twin decks go, they are all completely reasonable. I think.
Oh yeah, we haven't mentioned Rug Twin.
Yeah, Rug Twin's
I always
great.
forget about that.
All right, here's a Bolt on Scavenging Ooze. I think there's only one creature to eat right now for Dan.
And it's the other Scoos.
Yeah, so this will shrink his Goyfs if he decides to do it. I don't believe Vincent's played a land either, so if he decides to, if he does have a land, he can still activate Colonnade. Dan trying to figure out what he wants to do here. He has 2 cards in hand. This looks to be an activation of Scavenging Ooze. I think he's deciding if he wants to eat a card out of Vincent's graveyard.
Interesting.
Try and limit him from any possible extra burn spells. Goes for the Electrolyze.
So doesn't want him to get value off of it with his Dark Confidant, I guess?
Yeah.
That's fair.
This second one is a little, it's could be dangerous.
Snapcaster Electrolyze would be a pretty big blowout, right?
Yes.
I mean, Snapcaster Bolt isn't great either, but for Dan that is.
Yeah. Vincent does have a Bolt. He's deciding if he even wants to kill this Dark Confidant here.
Do you think he can race it?
Yeah, I just never
I never want to do that.
Don't give him more draws.
Yeah. Because you do that, and then they draw a land, and then draw a Fulminator Mage, and you're just like, well.